Restart it. Whoa, I got 15 minutes each on each video, so I had to restart it. So we're still here. You know, I want to get to the bottom of it, that you guys are basically debt slaves to the Federal Reserve. It doesn't matter how much you do in life. You're still going to be these little tiny minuscule little worker bees, and you have to pay taxes to Uncle Scam, right? Do you know about the Bank of International Settlements? The IMF? Like, the Grand Canyon doesn't belong to us anymore. For example, it belongs to the United Nations through collateralized debt obligations. So we don't own our own land because these globalists have taken over our land through what I say is illegal, basically. It's always been illegal to have interest on debt. You're laughing at it. That proves that you are the perfect slave. You're the perfect debt slave. Because you laugh at the slavery, you laugh at your brothers trying to wake you up to the truth. Right? You're laughing. It's not funny that you're a slave. It's an open-air prison, that you're domesticated, that the TV's a weapon.
I love how you're trying to talk to me about slavery. That's
Oh, so white people were never slaves?
No, I've never said that.
Okay. Well, what are you saying?
You're saying, oop, you're not responding to me. That means you're a slave.
No, I'm saying that you defend the system of fluoride in the water.
You literally said, and I quote, oh, you're laughing. That proves to me that you're the perfect slave.
Oh yeah, well that's because this perfect slave doesn't care about them being slaves, and they come up with the comedy. They laugh about their slavery. I mean, they do. It's funny. Yay, we have collateralized debt obligations that took over the Grand Canyon. We don't own it anymore. We have to pay money to go in there because the UN's grabbing our land. You're a perfect globalist. You don't care about sovereignty. You laugh at borders. You laugh at the importance of us needing those types of things. What do you think about Black Lives Matter? Since you want to talk about race and stuff, you laid it out. Yeah, you did. You said, what do you know about being slaves and all this other stuff? Well, Irish people in the Caribbean were slaves, and that's why they call them rednecks, because they would get sunburned basically almost to death working non-stop. And when we came into the United States in the Civil War, they sent us to war right away once we got off the boats. I mean, Irish people and Germans and blacks all got together back in the day, and Italians, and lived in ghettos together. And nowadays, everybody's, buying all this propaganda that whites are evil, that we're inherently bad, and that Black Lives Matter. We have to basically give retributions to black people.
That's what it stood for, right?
That was what one of the leaders of Black Lives Matter said, is that we need to give money and housing and all this stuff to black people. Is it? I mean, what do you think about them burning down cities?
This is literal ignorance, and you think you're doing a great thing.
It is. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy of this movement that's violent, like Antifa, that gets all this cred and street credit from the liberal media and all this other stuff, when they're now labeled as a terrorist organization, just like Black Lives Matter should have been once they started burning down their own cities. Like Baltimore, for example. Trayvon Martin, remember when Obama was like, if I had a son, he'd look just like Trayvon. Remember that? He's trying to stir up all this racial tension. Do you think that racial tension is worse now after Obama than it was before Obama? Because I think it's a lot worse. And it's because of the left using racial politics in all this propaganda in their shows, in their media, demonizing whites. You laugh, you laugh, you laugh. I'm ignorant about what, specifically?
It does not matter engaging you.
It doesn't matter, but I think all lives matter.
Yes, both movements stem from the exact same source.
All lives matter?
Understand.
Okay.
Stem from the exact same source.
What's the source? Police brutality, right?
No, they both, it doesn't.
I'm against police brutality, but if you look at the records, there's more whites that are shot by cops every year because there's more population of white people in the United States than there are blacks. There's 15% black in this country. And there's less blacks shot. There's less blacks. Actually, black on black crime, like in Chicago, what do you think about that? Chirac. They call it Chirac. There's more people killed there.
Call it Chirac.
Yeah, because of the gun ban, they're not allowed to have guns in Chicago. What do you think about that?
You don't even notice half the ignorance and stuff you're saying. That's
What? The guns are actually able to protect people?
No, I'm kidding.
It's ignorant to say that the Second Amendment's very important. That's why it was the Second Amendment. You know, first, second. And freedom of speech, this is what I'm doing. That's why that's the most powerful. And that's why you have to laugh in my face, because you don't understand the importance of our rights, apparently. Oh, what's the importance of this education at the Ohio State University when Monsanto, you know, all these companies give money to OSU to propagandize you and make you think that it's okay to eat Roundup in your food? Duh, you spray it on your driveway to kill weeds. Are you a weed? Are you a worthless weed? Hillary Clinton, remember? She said that you need to bring blacks to heel and all this stuff. I'm defending black people. I point out that the CIA, you know, gave crack cocaine to blacks and all this other stuff in inner city ghettos to destroy the black family and demonize the black man and make black men look bad. I'm all on the side of actual critically thinking human beings, not specifically based on melanin. You know, it's all about free speech. That's the beauty of college campuses. And then, what do you think about Berkeley, them burning stuff down, and Milo and all this other stuff? Do you know about Milo Yiannopoulos? I'm just trying to see. I'm testing everything. I'm testing the grounds. This is social understanding of what you think. How do you think, man? What led you to believe the way you do? You laugh at your own rights being taken away incrementally.
Have a good rest of your day, guys.
Have a good one.
No hot chocolate.
No, it's got fluoride in it. Don't drink it. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's not true. That's Edward Bernays. Read the book called Propaganda. Yeah, laugh at reading books. It's a book called Propaganda by Edward Bernays. You should read it, seriously. It points out your hypocrisy right now. You laughing in my face is a symptom of, you know, having two simultaneous opinions, doublethink.
It's called cognitive dissonance. Go ahead.
Yeah, cognitive dissonance, especially when, you know, I'm pointing out stuff that I'm trying to bring us together here. All lives matter, that kind of stuff, right?
Everything from you is phrased as an attack to try to show the other person that they're more ignorant than you are. But here you are trying to say that I'm acting all high and mighty. The only thing you're doing is trying to make people seem, oh, I'm right, you're wrong, and I'm here trying to educate you because I'm better for whatever reason.
No, I just wanted to point out your hypocrisy, that you're, you know, you don't care about fundamental, you know, facts, like these marshmallows are bad, and you won't admit it. You still won't admit it. You're just like handing them out to people. You have no morality. You're laughing too. You're actually twice as bad. Let's talk to you. What do you think about the government, all the wars that we're in right now? How many wars are we in?
I'm not here to engage.
You're not here to. You don't know anything about the country. You don't know.
Guys.
You guys don't know. You guys are total un-American pieces of trash. I think you're pieces of filth. You don't know anything about your rights being incrementally taken away.
The person who's throwing insults the entire time, you're calling us.
Hey, you know, I just call them as I see them, buddy. You have, all you talk about is one fact about a carcinogen. That's true. You know,
one fact about carcinogen.
That's great. You had tumors. That's great.
That matters. It's like,
Let's see you drink the hot chocolate.
I've drank multiple cups.
Let's see you do it on camera for the camera. Just so. Why don't you eat a cookie for us? If you just eat the cookie, man. If it's good, if you're handing it out to people, just eat the cookie. If you think it's good, why not eat the yummy, delicious, sugar-covered lie that is your cookie?
So all cookies are bad, right?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
So all
non-GMO.
the cookies are bad.
Well, sugar's bad in general. It's a digestive poison, right? I mean, it is. You know that.
How do you feel about dogs?
How do I feel about what?
Dogs.
Dogs? I don't like dogs. I just don't get along with dogs. I got bit by a dog on my thumb here. You can maybe see that. I don't know on the camera. Big scar. Not a lot of fun. They're stupid. They're obedient, just like a perfect slave.
Wow.
Yeah, dogs. Do you get along with dogs?
Yes, I do.
I don't get along with dogs. I like cats because they're independent.
Interesting. You think cats are GMOs?
I don't think cats are GMOs.
Why? Because if I breed a brother and sister repeatedly to create multiple different genes, because everything started as a mutt, that's a genetically modified organism.
Not technically. Right? Well, bioengineering.
By definition,
okay.
it is. Because
well,
if everything starts off as one, and I breed it. And
Do
breed
you
it,
use
breed
a
it,
gold
breed it
gun
different.
to inject the DNA segment into that cat, just like like
Please
Monsanto
tell me
does?
how these different species of these different like breeds of dogs and cats came to be.
Well,
You
like
think they were
pugs.
just born like this?
No, I know about
They were
breeding.
genetically
I know about
modified.
breeding. No, that's
Whether
not
it's
genetic.
In a lab or by mating.
You're
that's
trying to literally make the
No,
argument.
That is the definition of genetically modified, bro.
Bioengineering. What do you think about bioengineering? Do you think that actually eating a chimera species is good? Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to prove to you that there's a flaw in your argument.
Well, chimeras is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about specifically mixing plant, animal, and bug DNA into one species.
Which is also GMO.
That's GMO big time. But it's not GMO to actually have
No,
animals.
You see how you're defending GMOs for the things that you
It's
like,
but it's not
for the things that you
it's
don't
not
like.
GMO when you don't do it in a laboratory
No. Your definition,
under a gold gun,
your definition
injecting it
of-
into the
no, your
DNA
definition
segments.
Of GMO is in a lab. The overall definition of genetically modified organism is just that. An
Well, that's just
organism that
semantics.
no, it's not.
It is. It's just a semantical argument. But when you really look at it, like you got pugs, for example. What was that? Let's hear it. Because you got so much to say, man. You got your cool beard going.
I really don't.
It's going gray a little bit there.
Talk to you. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got some aging going there. I take DNA for us. It helps my telomeres in my DNA, so I don't age as fast. And I don't drink fluoride water. I don't shower in fluoride water. It's actually worse to shower in fluoride water because your skin's the biggest organ in the body. I use a water filter called an Alexa Pure. It looks actually kind of like that, but it takes all the fluoride out.
Interesting. You know, lead is also like
Lead is not as bad as fluoride, though. Actually, fluoride is worse than lead. It is, for especially. What? Would you disagree that fluoride's worse than lead? I mean, you don't know anything about it, dude. Honestly,
You're right. I don't
you
study
should go
this for a
stick your
living.
thumb up your ass.
You study
Honestly,
this for a living, right?
I honestly study it all the time. I steer clear of the traps, and this is a trap if I've ever seen one.
Yep, it
You
is.
just want to poison people.
Yep, that's all we're doing.
It is
Hey, free hot chocolate.
free. It's got fluoride water in it though. It's not good. What do you think about 9/11? This'll prove it. We'll get into 9/11. We'll talk about Osama bin Laden being a CIA asset. I love your reaction here. What do you think about Tim Osman, the CIA asset? Osama bin Laden, the Mujahideen freedom fighters, and Zbigniew Brzezinski funding the freedom fighters and turning them into Al Qaeda back in 1979. It doesn't matter. You don't know anything about that. It's fine. That's why all those tanks are dying. They're decaying in the desert. They're old Russian tanks. They're sitting out there decomposing. What do you guys know about like electrolysis? Like how you can actually, like you have the Hoffman apparatus. You can separate the hydrogen from the oxygen in the water for the hydrogen fuel cell using a Hoffman apparatus. Ohio State University has one of the only hydrogen fuel cell stations. Electrochemistry 101, man, come on. Let's talk about that. Why is there such a big cover-up with OSU? Why don't we have a big Hoffman apparatus, and then we can have free hydrogen for everybody for your hydrogen fuel cell? Or would it be bad for OSU since, they want to continue the tyranny, they want to continue the domination of the intellectual roundtables and everything else to covertly stimulate your brain into thinking that borders are bad, that globalism is good, and that white people are inherently bad? What do you think about the college course in Ohio State University that talks about white people being evil, that there's something called white privilege? It's a course on white privilege. What do you think about that? You think there's white privilege? It's hilarious. These guys are trained perfectly. Oh my God. You guys are perfect examples of what you would see in an Orwellian film. Like, you're laughing at everything that's so important. I mean, 9/11, you laugh at 9/11.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
You did.
Not you or your ignorance. That's
Okay,